Hey folks, it's JL, the July Lioness. How are you doing today? Oh, I think it just started raining. Hooray! I like it when it rains. Then I don't feel guilty about not doing yard work. So it's about, what time is it? I guess it's around 2 now, and I just heard kids riding around on their bike at 2 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon, 1 o'clock actually. Riding their bikes around, screaming, yelling, making a lot of noise. Why aren't they in school? I don't get it. Do they come home for lunch? Is that it? And then they ride their bikes instead of eat? How long do they have for lunch? 6 hours? um, Ordinarily, I don't mind. It's a sign of life. It's a springtime sound. But I have a cat missing. He's been missing since Sunday, and I am worried sick. Lots of tears, not much sleep. Pretty depressing. A lot of worrying. So I've got my windows open and I'm listening for him. And every time I hear these kids screaming and talking and stuff, sometimes it sounds like a cat. So I'm like, every time they utter anything. So they seem to have gone back to inside or something. Anyway, maybe because of the rain, or maybe they rode back to school. I don't know. I don't know the routine. I just know whenever the sun is out, it gets very noisy outside. Like on the weekends, people are running their very annoying lawnmowers forever, and weed eaters. God, those things are loud. I don't know. I'm an apartment dweller. That's what I'm used to. I have a guy come mow my lawn a couple times a month, and that's it. But there's these people that are like, I don't know. I always think of that cartoon. What was their name? The people that lived in Texas, King of the Hill. Yeah, King of the Hill. And there's this whole episode about lawns and how important lawns are. And, if you don't mow your lawn, then you're like a scumbag or something. I think that's the attitude around here. So, oh, now I hear somebody using their saw. Yeah, I'm not a southerner. I don't really care if my grass is 1 inch or half an inch longer than it's supposed to be. Stupid. It's stupid. Can you tell by my tan how much time I spend outside? I think that's one of the ways they describe me around here. Oh, she's really pale. Yeah, well, guess who's not going to have skin cancer? Me. I don't care. They probably think I'm a witch or something. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. And I don't mean like a Wiccan. I mean like the Wicked Witch of the West casting spells on people because they're so superstitious and just very backwards. Very backward. So I just wanted to chat a bit. I felt the need to talk. I'm worried about my cat. I needed to talk about that. And that's really foremost on my mind. And I just hope he comes home soon. He's just a little guy. He's about 2 years old, but he's very small framed, small boned. And I had another cat run away a couple of years ago. She disappeared, never came back. And that still hurts. I think about her and I cry over her. Yeah, I cry over all the pets I've lost. No matter how long ago it was, I still shed tears over them. So this is really hurting. The worrying and the waiting. At least if they're sick and they go to the vet and they die, You know it's over and done with, and you have closure. But when they just are gone, just gone, they just don't come home. They go out one day and they don't come back, and you're like, what do you do? Because it's a cat. People don't care about cats around here. They're dog people. They're dog people. If somebody loses their dog, they're like, oh, you poor thing. If you lose your cat, like, well, I don't like cats. I don't have cats. I don't understand cats. Cats don't take orders. You know, there aren't there aren't any real cat people around here that love and respect them. Uh, there are a lot of stray cats because they're not dogs, so who cares, you know? So the stray cats beat up on my cats, and the stray cat chased away my little girl a couple of years ago. She never came home. And I hear them fighting. I think it's the stray cats are beating up my cats. And they'll come home scared, you know, if they've got their tail all puffed out, that you know that they've been through something pretty traumatic. And they'll come running home, and I know they're upset. But you can't keep them in once you let them out. And once they've gotten that taste of it, if you try and keep them in, it'll slowly kill them. I had to do that once. I had a cat, Patrick. I was living with my parents in their house and got him as a kitten, and he used to roam around the neighborhood, and he was fine because it was a nice neighborhood back in the north, and people had pet cats, and there were cat lovers around. So any other cats you'd see, you know, they were well cared for and neutered, and so they didn't have an inclination to fight. Patrick's problem was being chased by dogs. There was this this dog. Oh, what do they call him? Jack Russell Terrier that lived up the hill from us, and he was a cat chaser. Rotten little dog. Anyway, so Patrick, I moved into an apartment with Patrick and my other cat, Melissa. And Melissa wasn't a problem, but I had to keep him inside. It was an apartment. You know, you're not allowed to let him roam around. I know people did, but I didn't want to break any rules. So I kept him in, and he got so stressed out by it that he developed major health problems, and he died. And I think essentially he died because he lost the will to live because he couldn't be outside anymore. I gave that to him and I took it away. So that's why I don't feel like, once you give them the opportunity to go outside, you can't go back again. Like if I moved into an apartment now, I'd have to think twice about bringing the cats with me, because would they be able to adjust? I think, I think my female might be able to adjust, but the other two, I don't know. And of course, I wouldn't be able to keep the dog anyway. So I'd probably have to give them, hopefully, to the same family or something. But of course, people don't like cats, so I don't know. Maybe I would find a home for the dog and keep the cats and see how it went, and then, figure out something if I had to later. But it doesn't matter. I'm not planning on moving anytime soon, if I can help it. Unless I get a better offer. Oh boy. So I've been doing some paper crafting and playing The Sims and trying to build up my gaming channel. You can get people to subscribe to your channel, and then you can get money that way. They would be, there's a website called Patreon, and there are networks that you can enroll your channel in, but they all have subscriber minimums, and I've got about 100 subscribers to my gaming channel, but this network I want to join has a minimum of 250 subscribers, so I just don't think I'm going to find another 150 subscribers. And if you do this thing called sub for sub, it's garbage, because they'll subscribe but they never watch. So I've got 100 subscribers that never watch. So what's the point in that? That's stupid. I mean, yeah, I might be able to get 250 subscribers through sub for sub, so I can join that network, and then maybe I get views, but it's so much. Oh, sorry, I'm very weepy. It's just it's so much work, and it's so frustrating. You put so much effort into this, and nobody cares. Nobody watches. Nobody watches. You're just invisible. And I have to compete with these college-age kids. And, they're in their 20s. They've been online all their lives. So they've got all these, that's their culture. So they've got all these friends and stuff so that they've, been doing this since who knows what age, many years. I've got like 50 friends on Facebook, and they're like, what's The Sims? Whatever, So I'm trying to find people around my age that play The Sims. Where are they? I can't find them. I keep running searches on them, trying to think of what they might call themselves. Check the Sims forum, I post, looking for people, but there's nobody. Like, I think 30 is old. Here comes the mail. Darla, settle down. I hope I got a package today. A couple people said they sent me something, but it's been weeks. Blah, blah, blah. So, there are people that, the oldest simmer I've been able to find is maybe somebody in their early 30s. I just don't have much in common with them. They've got this whole different attitude towards everything, and it's not fun. So anyway, okay, I've done my talking. I guess I'll stop, and maybe I'll make another video in a little while when I'm a little more upbeat about my my new business. So thanks for watching, if whoever you may be. You must not have much to do if you're watching one of these videos. Oh, thanks a lot.